speaking of goalies, we got to talk a little bit about the future, because why not put on those rose-colored glasses and explain just a little bit of the reason why the future is bright for our Flyers, brought to you by Shady Rays. Head to shadyrays.com and use code PHLY at checkout for 35% off polarized glasses.
I love this.
I
love this segment.
Yeah, it's nice.
This is a really good segment.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Like I said, Charlie, speaking of goalies, Egor Zavragin, huh?
Hell yeah.
He turned 19 August 23rd.
He's a Luchenko type.
He's a Luchenko.
He's young for his draft.
So he was really young draft year. What Luchenko is 8/21 and Zavragin's the 23rd. So he's a year older, but he was drafted a year before.
Right.
So he's a really young 19 now.
Yes.
In the KHL, posted his first career KHL shutout the other day. 36 saves. He's off to a .938 save percentage in his first 5 games for Sochi, 226 goals against. Man, we've talked about this goalie crop before. Yeah. And it's like they really believe in Kolosov, but that's kind of an internal thing. And like the outside world's like, he's good. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. There's some people who like him, but it's not universal.
Yeah, the guys they have now, it's all right, we'll see what Ersson is. Fedotov, it's just, okay, well, he was pretty good in the KHL. Time to give him a shot. Bjarnason, they like his tools, and honestly, I liked what I saw out of him in camp and in the rookie games and stuff. Looks good.
Fair.
But if there was that Sorokin in this group, that's just that guy you find, and then in a few years he comes over and he's your franchise goalie. It could be Zavragin. Not saying he is, but he looked like the guy. Like if there is one in the group, it's him.
Yeah, I think so.
It's only 5 games. Like
very small samples,
goalies have hot streaks. You know, Brian Boucher had the shutout record for a long time. Yeah.
We love Boucher.
I love Boucher, but he's not Dominic Hasek.
Fair point. I don't think even he would say that.
You know, like, Boucher's one of my favorite players ever. He's not in the Hall of Fame. You know, he is in my heart.
Love that for you. And Boucher.
It's only 5 games, but yeah, he looks like he could be. He's 19 in the KHL. Like this is maybe the second best league in the world.
Yeah.
He's killing it.
He's doing really, really good. And I can tell you, and I don't want to say this to like denigrate the other goalie prospects in the Flyers organization. I think they have high hopes for Kolosov. They have much higher hopes than I did maybe before this camp for Bjarnason.
Yeah.
They like him a lot. I get the sense when I talk to people in the Flyers organization that, you know, they like those guys. Zavragin is man. We might have found something special. We're all just
killing time. We're all just killing time until Zavragin comes over. Like, is that the goaltending position we're in right now?
I just think there's an element to the organization where they're like he could be the feather in their cap. Where it's like, oh, you know how you jerks on that show keep saying how we don't have enough high end talent and we haven't gotten any steals in the mid rounds. Wait till you get a load of this guy.
Nothing would make me happier, Charlie, and the future certainly is bright. So keep an eye on Egor Zavragin. Obviously, we have become very familiar with the KHL in recent years, watching Matvei Mishkov, watching Ivan Fedotov. Now, well, we still have another one. We still have another guy over there. Keep an eye on him. Future is bright. Check out shadyrays.com.
And for those who are wondering about his situation, because I know this will come up. You talked about it a little bit yesterday. He is in the first year of a 3-year contract he signed with Mishkov's old team. But here's the difference. They put him in, like, they traded for him, they signed him to a contract, and they immediately loaned him to Sochi. If he keeps this up in Sochi all year, they are going to be rushing to get him on their team. This is not a situation where they're going to be like, we don't really want this guy. If he keeps doing this, anybody who watched Michkov last year knows Sochi sucks. Yeah. They're real bad. And if he's putting up these kind of numbers in front of a trash team, you know what Ska's going to be thinking? Imagine if he's behind our guys. He's going to be the best goalie in the KHL. They are going to want him on that team. They are not going to let him out of that deal. So you're going to have to wait for this guy. You're going to have to wait probably the full length of the contract, which would not be at the end of this season. It wouldn't be at the end of next season. It would be after the season after that. So we're talking 3 years. He's not going to be the savior right away, but This start is very, very promising, and he's absolutely worth keeping an eye on.
It is Ska who has his rights,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I was checking. Sorokin didn't come over till 25. Shesterkin didn't come over till 24. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
Like they kind of keep them there until their contract. And for good reason.
Yeah.
Like if you have the best goalie in the freaking KHL, you're going to win the championship. They're very interested in that.
Yeah.
And like, what was it? Rottenberg kind of said that about Demidov. Like, yeah, you're not getting him.
Yeah.
Like we're keeping him as long as we possibly can.
They said the same thing about Nikishin,
Yeah.
the defenseman. Like Carolina wanted to do what the Flyers are doing with Mishkov, and they're like, yeah, we'll talk about Mishkov. That's fine. Nikishin, he's real good.
He's ours.
You're going to have to wait until that contract is up.
Yeah, you'll be negotiating with him, and so too will we.
Yep.
So we'll see. But Egor Zavragin, at least to start, looks like one hell of a third-round pick.
It does.
We all silly like the mayor.